Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am going to be talking about today my first year living in Los Angeles. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I feel like this year has literally flown by, but so much has happened, so much growth, so many adventures, so much fun stuff has taken place. So yeah, I just wanted to share this experience with you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe for more information and content. But let's jump right into this. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this, like I said, the reason I wanted to share this first year with you guys is because first, I just think it's really cool to reflect on, you know, the journey and the experience, and just to understand that, you know, there's going to be highs and lows, and I want to share that experience with you guys. And then the second reason, just to offer advice. So for people who are not even living in Los Angeles or already here struggling, whatever the case may be, like these are some of the hiccups and challenges maybe I came across in my journey in this first year that maybe I can share with you. So if this applies to you, great. If not, you know, whatever, you're here for the ride, so that's cool. And the last thing, I don't know, I just think this would be fun just to kind of start letting you guys into my world and what's going on and you know, my journey. And if you guys want to message me, comment below anything as I'm talking about these experiences. If you have something that's like, oh man, I totally resonate with you, I get what you're going through, or you have a question, drop a comment below. That way it's more interactive versus just me just talking to a camera. I want to really interact with you guys, as well as Instagram if you want to message me there. Alright, so let's jump right into this. So I moved here September 27th. We literally drove in on a Thursday morning. So tired. It was a 24-hour drive, but we did it in 2 days. And the following weekend, I was already booked doing extra work. And you're like, whoa, like you literally drove in Thursday. How are you working on Saturday? Well, it's crazy. I was already signed up on those casting websites before I even moved out to California. So I was on Casting Frontier. I was on LA Casting. And I think those were the main two I was on at the time. But looking back, I really wish I had jumped on Actors Access. So the top two I recommend is LA Casting and Actors Access. You need to be on those right away, even if you're not even here yet, because there's opportunities coming and going, and you want to be ready. You want to be submitting yourself. So yeah, so I did it was a background role for this movie called Just Say No. You can look it up on IMDb. I wasn't credited in anything, but it was just a really fun experience, and I met some really cool people. One guy, his name's Eric. I'm still in contact with him because, I don't know, you just meet people that you really connect with, and then, you know, a year later you're still connected, still wanting to work together. So that was really cool. Another thing, in the month of October, so yes, I moved here September, started really working in October. I got signed up with centralcasting.com. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's basically background work to get on like major TV shows. So I'm gonna pop up a list literally right here for you to see. But just to name off a few, I was on Abby's, Beep, Legal Weapon, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm gonna literally put them right there so you see it. But it's just like I'm just doing background work through Central Casting, and I think it was just a great way for me to get on set and connect with other people who are also in the industry. So I signed up 15 days after I moved out here. I was like, I gotta get on this, gotta get moving. And then I also recommend Extras Management. That's also, it's basically a manager for your background career. So every day I told them that I was available, they booked me for it. So that's why I was doing a lot of stuff really quickly and right away, right after I moved here, because I got signed up with Central Casting, and through Central Casting, then you can sign up for Extras Management where they can book you right away. So that was really fun, just getting on set, meeting people. I wanted to just hit the ground running, you know, getting acclimated to LA. You know, it was definitely a different change from Minnesota, but I really loved it. And I was, you know, you got to be hungry. I mean, I left my job, I left everything behind me to come out here. So I was like, go get her, let's do this, let's do this. And then I also got a manager in my first month living in Los Angeles. And the great thing about this manager, I was already connected with her a year and a half prior to actually moving out here, because I did what's called an acting conference. And so I met her and that during that conference we connected and we stayed in contact. I'm telling you, a connection, you just never know. Stay in contact with the people that matter most to you, or you know that can really be there for you when you need a hand. And so when I moved out here, she was like, "Oh my God, yeah, of course I remember you. I would love to work with you. Let's get linked up." And she's already, you know, working on behalf of me. So that was great. Okay, so I think that's the month of October. Moving to November. But November. Okay, yes. So my manager sent me out on this really amazing audition. And y'all, I'm going to tell you all the information now because they've already casted the lead role of it. But it was for the lead role for an Amazon limited series. And I was auditioning for the role of Cora. And you can look all this up on IMDb. But the show's called The Underground Railroad. The director is Barry Jenkins. The executive producer was Brad Pitt. I'm telling y'all, when I got this audition come through, I was like, Barry Jenkins, oh my God, the Bill Street guitar. You know, I was just, you know, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then of course Moonlight, you know, Barry Jenkins from Moonlight. I was just like, oh my God, okay, be humble, sit down. You know, and so I had to make sure, like, hey, Ayana, you have to be ready for this. Don't get overwhelmed by this celebrity status on this project. Like, go in and do the work. It was basically the lead role for a girl who's a runaway slave. She's trying to, you know, escape to the north, and it was just really dark. It was really, really dark, and I was thankful for my training at Richard Medios back in Minnesota, working with Meisner, how I was able to kind of emotionally get there to that point. And so I didn't get it, but that's okay. I got in there, I got to meet this amazing casting director. I hope that she'll be thinking of me for other projects in the future, but that was just such a wonderful experience. So I was like, oh my God, second month in LA, my manager got me this lead role, like the sky's the limit. But you know, peaks and valleys, you know, it's not always like that. But it was really cool to be like, yes, let's go. You know, I'm hungry and ready for it. I did a commercial for Northwest College. That's a nursing school. That was really fun. Then I got my headshots in the month of November. I got my headshots. Shout out to Jeremy David at Jeremy David Creative. He knows what he's doing. Pretty affordable headshots, high quality photos. I got 6 to 7 looks for like $300, $325, which I thought was a steal. I mean, you get so many different looks, and the quality of the photos are great, and it was a great first experience getting headshots in LA. So shout out to him, JeremyDavidCreative.com. If you need headshots, he's my boy. You know, let him know that I sent you, because you know we all in this together. Okay. Yeah, and then also, of course, I was doing so much background. Here's a list again of all the background that I was doing. I'll name off a few. All American, 9/11. Young Sheldon. I swear I was a series regular background for that show. Common Knowledge game show, Speechless, YouTube Rewind. I was doing some background work for some of the major YouTube celebrities. I don't know what the definition for that is. You know, to tell the truth. Basically, yeah, you'll see it. So I was doing background. It was exhausting, like every day going to do background. So you will put your time and energy in it. It will be draining, but hey, making that money, you meet people, it's great. Fast forward to December. Christmas time. So December was a good month. You know why? Because I started going to Playhouse West. Yeah, December 4th, 2018. I remember the day. I remember auditing the class end of November and just being like, man, why did I wait? Why did I wait to not go to wait to go to this class? And I'll tell you why I waited. Because as you meet people on set, they're like, oh, you need to take this commercial class. You need to take this theatrical class. You need to take this. I got so overwhelmed with people, which is great, giving me awesome advice about classes to take. But it's such a process. Like, you have to, it's an investment. If you put your money in somewhere, you're going to be staying there for the next 4 or 5 months. And I wanted to make sure I picked the right school to start with for my first, my first class, And so with that being said, my friend audited Playhouse West, and I heard about it, but I was like, I need to wait. But she audited it, she loved it. She's like, Ayana, you need to go audit it for yourself at least. The moment I audited it, I was like, I'm in. Why have I wasted this time? I need to be doing it. So jumped right into it. Love Playhouse West. Can't speak highly enough about it. Just about how it's really allowed me to tap into my emotions and to actually have a strong opinion about the things that people say to me or about me, like it really opened me up. And on top of that, just listening to the other person, listening to your partner, listening to your friends. I don't know, I feel like, I mean, when people talk to me, I hear them with such clarity now, instead of thinking about what am I gonna say or how I'm gonna say it, or if I say this, well, they're gonna think this about me. No, it's just, I'm just being myself. And the people who care and love about you will gravitate towards you, and the people who don't will gravitate away. That's just how it works. So I was really helpful to have a school that allowed me to be myself and not be afraid of how I'm being perceived. Anyways, sorry, that was my Playhouse bus rant. I don't know. I just, when I find something that I care and I love about, I'm gonna stick to it. I'm a loyalist, and so yeah, it's just been great for me so far. So that's December. Started Playhouse West, and then also I was background for NCAA commercial, and that's where I ran into my homie Darrin Barber. He also moved out here from Minnesota, and it was really cool connecting with him. So shout out to Darrin, killing it, working with King Botch. He's just doing his own thing. So shout out to him. Here's another list of all the background that I did. Euphoria, I was really excited to be on that show. I didn't get to see Zendaya or anything like that, but Family Reunion though. That TV show that came out just recently. If you go and watch the very first episode, there's a campfire scene, and you will see your home girl on Netflix in the background. Okay, I'm not the lead role yet, but I was in the background at the campfire scene, like it's just the lead role's right there, and I'm literally like behind her, like in a pink dress. So if anyone goes and watches that show and sees that campfire scene and screenshots it and send it to me, or take a picture of it while they're watching it on their Instagram story, I will shout you out like, hey, my person, my homie saw me on Netflix. I'm gonna keep pushing that. So yeah, let me know if you see it. I don't know if you watch Family Reunion, but your girl was in it. I was on Netflix. Yeah, so yeah, that was really cool. And then oh yeah, celebrating my 1 year anniversary with Alex. 1 year down, forever to go. That was really fun. We spent it in Austin. We went to a fireworks show, and Austin is killer for their fireworks. I know they say everything's bigger in Texas, but when it comes to fireworks on New Year's Eve, it was popping, okay? And then also shout out to the Beer Plant, because they have the best cauliflower buffalo wings I've ever tasted in my entire life. So if you're in Austin, you should hit up the Beer Plant. Get you some buffalo cauliflower wings. So good. All right, moving on to the month of, not April, because that doesn't make any sense, January 2019. So during 2019, this is where my background stuff slowly started kind of dwelling away. I'll show you, it's only 2 things. But because my manager, she really wanted me to be present and available if I had an audition come up, because that's the thing. She would send me auditions literally the day up or the day before, and it was just like, hey, if you're not ready, if you can't do it, then what am I submitting you for? And like I told you with Extras Management, they will book you every day you tell them that you're free. So there's no getting out of it. You can't just like wiggle out of it once they book you for something. So I stopped working with them. In order to compensate in terms of money, I started lifting. So I picked up Lyft, driving people around. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty nice. It's cool just meeting people. More times than not, I'm meeting actors, driving them around. So we're just like kind of talking about our experience, which is cool. And then I was on a Parachute music video. If you go see it, Parachute, the song is called Young. And it's basically about this girl who, she's stuck in a corporate life, 9 to 5, and she doesn't want to be there. She wants to be living her life and dancing and having a good time. But, so yeah, so I'm in the background, like just like dancing. At first I'm like all boring or whatever, and then I'm like dancing at the end of it. So if you also go to that, I think I posted that on my Instagram, so you can like scroll down and see that if you want. But yeah, go check that out, take a picture of it and be like, oh, homegirl Ayana, and I'll shout you out on Instagram. Yeah, that's the month of January. It's pretty small. It wasn't as productive as my first 2 months or first 3 months, but you know what? Hey, you got some peaks and valleys. I did a lot of Lyft driving, so I made some money. Made that up. Why am I turning the page? February. February, I did some stand-in work. I don't know if you know what stand-in work is, but it's basically you basically sit in for a major celebrity. So let's say, you know, their call time is like 1 o'clock. You would show up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you would basically almost to some degree match their complexion, their hair, their height, things like that. And you would basically show up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the camera and the lighting, they're getting it all perfect for when the actual star comes in, and so that way they can just walk in and do their thing. And so I stood in for the beautiful and lovely Marseille Martin. I don't know if you know her. She's off the show Blackish, and she also had her own show that it was her own idea of the movie Little. So I was standing in for her. She was doing some promotional work, you know, promoting it on Instagram and all these things. And so I was stood in for her while they, you know, got that thing going. So that was really fun. And I got to see Issa Rae, Regina Hall, Lala Milan, and then Marseille Martin, of course. They're just the coolest people. They're so chill, so down to earth. It's just like, and at that point, I just saw all of the Insecure episodes, and so when I saw Issa, I was like, ah! But I didn't talk to her. You know, celebrities, they're so, I was appreciative, okay? That's all I want to say. So that was a really fun standing experience. And then, I did a Target commercial. Booked a Target commercial in February. That was so much fun. So I actually, before I say that, I signed up with, or I got, you know, represented by Aqua Talent. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're a commercial agency out in LA. Shout out to LE for referring me. Woohoo, you know. I mean, Sheldon's looking out for me. And so got connected with Aqua Talent, and the first audition they sent me out on, got a callback, got another callback, and then they booked me for it. And I played a Target member, and that was just so much fun. I met some really cool people on set. I'm actually still connected with them now on Facebook. That was just a total blast. Yeah, I really loved it. Really loved it. And it was a good sign. It was like my first audition with them. Hopefully this goes really well, you know, this relationship. So that was great. And then what else? Yeah, let's move on to let me show you the background again. So I worked under young Sheldon, Snowfall, and it was a small background role for one of my friends at Playhouse West. I just helped her out, you know, doing some background stuff. Okay, so moving to the month of March. I had a Starbucks audition that my agency sent me out on, and I laughed at it. I laughed at myself so much about it because it wasn't anything with like the actual cup or the coffee or anything like that. It was basically they wanted us to roller skate, and I was like, who roller skates? Not I. I'm not a roller skater. I like walking on my 2 feet. And so that was really interesting. I may have fell and busted my butt a couple times, but hey, I told my agent, I was like, you know, this isn't one of my special skills, right? And he's like, go do it, go. So be willing to go and say yes and push yourself and do something you've never tried before, because that was eye-opening for me. And I was like, wow, I really suck at roller skating. I should probably go and just practice more so I don't bust my butt every 2 seconds. But it was fun. I started taking a commercial class in March. It's called Hey, I Saw Your Commercial by Mike Pointer. And I really liked the class. I really thought it was great. I think it's more for people who have never done commercial work before, like just kind of getting you started in it, going from like 0 to, okay, I can actually walk in an audition. Having a lot of experience already in Minnesota, you know, working, doing a lot of commercials for Target, Best Buy, Totino's, you know, just countless other commercial work. I feel like it wasn't something that I necessarily needed, or if anything, I should have taken another class that was like more of like a commercial intensive for other possibilities. But like I said, not to knock the class, really loved it. I just feel like I was kind of twiddling my thumbs because it was stuff that I already knew. And it was good to know that, like, you know, the commercial technique and audition process hasn't changed it's not different from how it is in Minnesota. So it was good to know. That's kind of why I took the class. I wanted to make sure there was nothing new that I needed to like make sure my my bases were covered. Yeah, and then I started working on Anything Goes. I don't know if I talked about it a lot on my Instagram, but it's basically, I did, it was for Los Angeles City College, the school, and I booked the lead role. I found this opportunity through Facebook. Shout out to all the Facebook acting groups. If you're not on those, you should definitely be on those, because there's so many acting groups, acting casting, LA casting groups, like just a lot of opportunity for you on Facebook groups. So you literally can you can literally search on Facebook, you know, LA casting directors for actors, or, you know, talent managers for actors. That's actually one that I was just on the other day. Really helpful, really insightful. People are on there who are passionate, care about this industry just as much as you do, if not more. So yeah, I got Anything Goes, and I played the lead role of Emmy, and she's basically someone who's like so passionate about her television work, and, you know, she likes being like an anchor, not an anchor, but just like a host, a television, I wouldn't even say a news person. It was more like she's kind of like a host of like just things that are in her world. And basically her teacher wants to cancel her show and like do another show, and so she's like petitioning around the whole school saying, hey, no, Anything Goes is not off the table, we need to keep this alive. And so she does a lot of crazy things to try to keep the show going. And so that was a really fun experience. I did that actually every week, every Wednesday from March all the way through May. So we wrapped in May, and that was such a fun experience. We got to see the whole premiere party. It was really fun. Yeah, so that was something I started in March. And then I did a photo shoot with the lovely Karen Avia, and she just got married. She just got married. Her and Jonathan, they're just a cute couple. And they're from Baylor. I mean, not from Baylor. They went to Baylor with me, and they're just like the most amazing humans in the world. And we recently connected with them. Yeah, it's just been great. So we had a photo shoot. She's getting into photography, and so it was cool to kind of help out a friend, and then also like work on your modeling chops. Yeah, so shout out to Karen. And then back to acting. I also did another short film for Cal State University in East LA. That was really fun. The short film was called Rush. It was basically me trying to save my friend who joined a sorority that I think is really aliens instead of girls. They're aliens, and so I'm trying to save her life. That was really fun. I got the footage of that one, so I need to show you guys that soon too. And then I did some promotional work for Lucky Day, the app. They're all into like, you know, I wouldn't say gambling, but just like kind of lottery, like scratching those little cards, and hopefully you win big, kind of like the thing back when McDonald's was doing where you scratch the back or you pull. Anyways, that was really fun. That was really fun. I did background for Family Reunion and the Goldbergs for the month of March. So like I said, not a lot of background work, just occasionally when I have time. I'm mainly doing a lot of, classes. Like a lot of my energy and time has been put into classes at Playhouse West, and just really going to rehearsals outside of class and everything like that. So yeah. April was a slow month, but it was okay. I was, like I said, working weekly, working on Anything Goes, still putting myself, you know, on set, getting that experience. And then I was, like I said, doing a lot of training. I went to a theatrical showcase, which is basically, that was through Mike Pointer's commercial class, where 3 theatrical agents came in, and we all either did a monologue or a scene or something to showcase our talent to them. One person reached out to me afterwards, but she wanted to sign me across the board, but I was already with a commercial agent, so she didn't take me. I mean, she might not like me, whatever, but that was the main, I didn't get anything from the opportunity, but it was cool getting in front of them and asking questions that, you know, I want to know about from a theatrical agent's perspective. So it was really cool. And then, oh yes, Playhouse West had their annual film festival. I loved it so much, and all I will say about this is that it really encouraged me to not look just at this pursuit of success from the actor standpoint, but also the writer standpoint, the filmmaking standpoint, the, you know, just just the director's standpoint, you know, not just confining myself just to acting. That if there's a story or there's something that I want to create, I don't have to wait for someone else to write it or create it or think of it. I can do it myself. And so that it was really uplifting. So if anybody wants to basically create stuff together, create with me, and, you know, work and do some hardcore stuff, message me, let me know, comment below, hey, I'm down, because I really will, like, want to connect with you and, like, make our own stuff, because that's what Issa Rae did. She started making her own stuff. She started making her own production company. It literally starts with you. If you have a dream, you have something you want to do, create it, and then the people who resonate with what you're doing, they will gravitate towards you, and it's just gonna be great. So if, like I said, I was really inspired by Playhouse West Film Festival, and it made me want to create my own stuff, write my own stuff. So yeah, that was a really good month, you know, just being inspired at Playhouse West. Moving on to May, like I said, I rapped on Everything Goes. It was such a fun experience, just being on set every week, just having that consistency of, like, knowing my lines, getting on set, really getting emotionally prepared to what I'm gonna say, or not what I'm gonna say, because I know what I'm gonna say, but being connected to my partner and how I'm gonna say that. That was cool. And then I was a part of a documentary for Dennis Rodman. It was an ESPN documentary, so I don't know when that's coming out or if that's already came out yet. But if it has, check it out. I have a speaking role in it. I'm over here like, what's going on? Like, why haven't we talked about him going to North Korea? Like, well, we didn't talk about that experience yet in this documentary, because I don't think they're going to talk about it, but they thought it'd be funny to clip people in, like, why aren't we talking about it? It's just not going to be discussed. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so that was a fun opportunity. It was also my birthday month, May 20th. It was a busy day. I'm not going to say it was fun, because I mean, what I did, I went to an audition. I worked on getting my YouTube video for my birthday uploaded, and then I went to an emotional preparation class for, because I was on track to move to the next level at Playhouse West from beginner to intermediate. So there was like basically a 4-hour class that we had to go and get prepared on, you know, just the next step of, you know, our journey with the Meisner technique. And so I'm not saying it was a boring or busy day. I'm not saying it was a bad day. Oh wow, I'm totally butchering this. All I'm saying is that I didn't do anything to celebrate and have a fun time. It was like work. But you know, hey, you out here career and you out here doing things. So, you know, sometimes your career has to go in front. So I was okay with that, and, you know, it was fine. Yeah. And then I also did some background for Black Lady Sketch Show, and some background. I honestly still, I think it was I'm trying to remember now what it was, but it was for a movie. It wasn't for a TV show or anything like that. So that was cool. And then next, the month of June, I did some background for Snowball and Ballers. And I'm going to say right now, Ballers, I got to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yeah, that was really cool. I played a photographer, and I literally, we were playing paparazzi. So we were all, like, basically standing around him. And I'm telling you, I had my little fake camera right here, and his chest was, like, literally right here. And I was like, all right. I was like, don't mind me, I'm just taking a picture of your, you know, of your nipples or something like that. And he just laughed at me. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. But hey, you know, you gotta make yourself memorable, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool. He's a really chill dude. I worked in a short film called Sand Brew Coffee with Michael Veritas. That was really fun. I played God. That was really fun, just kind of taking that role on and trying to be holy. And yeah, it was really cool. He played Satan, so it was just like this, like, controversial, like, oh, how's this coffee shop or how's the coffee date gonna go? That was cool. We just got the footage of that. Actually, we're going to a screening on October 27th, so that'll be really cool. This month, the month of June, is where it really started picking up. I was working. I did a reenactment shoot for a friend. Her name's Darrin Marie. It was Chronicles of a Dark Child. Chronicles of a Dark Child. You can find that on Instagram and on Facebook. It's just great talking about people's experience being African American in the film industry, and so some of the stuff that can kind of go awry, and you know, it's really inappropriate. And I mean, you'll have to watch it. You'll have to watch it because it was a really great reenactment, and I really loved playing Darina in this in this reenactment. I was in 7 Minutes of Dreams. That was another short film that I did at the Los Angeles Film School. That was really fun. And I also did a photo shoot with April Ann. She was so great. I met her on set doing some background work. So you never know who you're gonna meet. You might do a photo shoot with them. You might work with them. They might become your lifelong friends. Always keep connected to people that you feel like you resonate with and that you have good chemistry with. So, Okay, last quarter, guys. I promise I'm not gonna talk your ear off anymore. I'm gonna get down to these final months, and then I'm gonna let you guys go because I know you have an important day. The month of July, booked a general insurance commercial. It was so much fun. It was a night shoot. It was a camp. I just posted about it on Instagram, so I hope you guys have seen that. I'm probably gonna post a video on YouTube as well, so that way you guys can still watch it. Cause I downloaded it, but I don't know if I'm approved to actually put it on YouTube. We'll see. That was so much fun. It was a night shoot. I was so tired. Oh my god, I was so tired. But it was really fun. Everyone was really nice. Everyone just killed it on set. I had such a lovely time. And then my family came to visit me the month of July. It was so great. They came from Texas, and my mom, my sister Imani, Maya, my other sister Maya, and then my dad. They all came to hang out with me for a whole week, and that was a blast. It was a blast. I had to clean this house, had to get it all perfect, but having them here was probably the best part. You know, just experience life with them, let them explore LA and all the amazing LA vegan restaurants. It was real cool. And then the last day they were here, I had to jump on set for a short film. What was that school? What school was that through? That was also Los Angeles Film School. It was called Amateurs, and I played a stoner, guys. I've never smoked weed in my life, but I played a stoner. So it may not be the best quality. I may not have done a really good characterization of this stoner person, but I got to smoke some weed. So that was my first time ever. So it's just like, hey, you know what? What a great way to start smoking weed. I mean, I don't smoke weed, but I just saying, like, it was just cool, like, to experience it and like the little high or whatever. And I didn't even really smoke weed. It was just like for the camera when it was rolling. So I don't know. I don't think I actually got the hit, you know. But that was really fun. That was really fun. I did what's called a reenactment show. I did another one for People's Magazine. It was a documentary on this basketball player that got murdered by his wife, and I played the wife. So that was fun. I did a game show that I can't actually talk about yet until it airs. Had a fun time on that. And then I also was in the movie Wigged Out by Bola Colio. She's one of my Playhouse West friends, classmates, and it was just a wonderful experience playing the one who like has so much respect and love for her wig and won't take any brother who's gonna disrespect her and the way what she decides to put on top of her head. So it was really fun. I hope you guys can watch that soon. Hopefully we'll get it out pretty soon. Moving on to, and then also background. I did a Geico commercial. It's background, so you can't see me, but I was playing a cheerleader and a band member. So, and then moving on to August 2019. 2 more months, guys. We almost in there. So I worked on this awesome short film called Timestamp, and it was with the school USC, and it was with Cade Husby. Oh my god, Kate Husby. I don't know why I say Cade Husby and Robert Butler III. They cast me for the lead role of it, and it was so much fun. I was like going back in time to save my parents from being murdered, and you know, I'm a scientist, and so I'm trying to go back and change the past when it's really hard to change the past. You know, you can't change the past actually. And so that was a really fun role to play, and I was so emotionally drained by the end of that weekend. I was just like, but I can't tell you what happened, so you have to watch it, guys, because it's gonna be so good. And then I also picked up up, so I started wagging it out. I'm a dog walker now. And it's a really good exercise. I find myself really getting a workout and like really sore the next day, just like walking dogs around all day. It's a really good exercise and it's pretty decent money. I like it. So many things that I did in the month of August. Like, I can't even tell you everything, but I did background, young Sheldon, diet with female president. And then, I moved up to intermediate. At the very end of that month, they promoted me from beginner to intermediate at Playhouse West, and I was really terrified because on top of that, the same day, my teacher asked me to be in North of Providence, the play for the One Act Festival that took place in the following month, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm in intermediate. Now I have to be in this play and then also be training on a whole new experience. It was just crazy, but you know, I'm a survivor. I got through it. It was so much fun. And shout out to my amazing castmates, Kamitria, Richard, and Tahira. They were just so they were so welcoming, so helpful, like really like helping me feel, you know, make sure that I understood what I was doing, getting ready for this play, with, you know, just doing different things to prepare myself. So yeah, that was really fun. I loved working in that play. And then I did a Pan Poly short film, so it was about love and loving yourself and other people and not necessarily be monogamous. So that was an interesting concept. I don't know how that came out, but we had a fun time doing it, the whole group, the polycule. It was just a fun experience working with everybody on that. Yeah, and then what else? Oh, I was in the short film called Christmas Party, and I did that with Jacob and Kendall, and they asked me to be a part of it, and I was like, heck yeah, like of course I'm gonna do it. And so that was really cool. I was playing the girl, I was playing Summer. That was her, she was basically like the love interest of the main character. Speaking of Summer, going into September 2019, I played this lead role, I guess it's a lead role, but there's this movie called You Don't Know Their Journey, where I was also, my character's name was Summer. So just like, I'm playing a lot of Summers. I thought that was really cool. And then I jumped into a screenwriting class in September. Oh my God, it's just been so amazing. Just like learning about how to write a script, how to bring your own, you know, creativity and your own stories and your own like, you know, take on life and applying that in your own like, I don't know, your own script. It was just so amazing, and I really love this class. I mean, there's a lot of hiccups. I'm just like, oh my God, I suck at writing. Oh my God, this is a great story. Oh my God, like, how did I do that? Or, you know, you're learning from other people in your classroom too. So I love the screenwriting class. You get inspired by other people, and you're all in this together. And then, oh yeah, I talked about my first ever play at Playhouse West. That was so fun. Did that September 14th, the 22nd, and the 29th. And then also too, I was almost a photo double for Janae. Why can't I talk today? I was almost a photo double for Janelle Monae. Love her. She's so amazing and talented. But it was out of me and two other girls, and they picked another girl, which, you know, it's okay. You know, you win some, you lose some, you know, whatever. And then lastly, I'll end this. I did some background, Sydney to the Max, and How to Get Away with Murder. And y'all, I'm telling you, y'all saw my previous videos. I know because you watched it. Because I love Viola Davis. I love her so much, and I got to see her on set. Like, I didn't meet her, but I got to see her work, and that already was just so rewarding. Just seeing the way when she gets in character, when that camera starts rolling, you're just like, wow, like she is putting in work, and she looks just as real or just as, you know, intense in person versus on camera. You know, it was just like, she was amazing. So I was just like, it was a total treat. It was a treat to end my first year in Los Angeles watching the amazing Viola Davis. So y'all, that is it. I know I went on a rant, a tangent, but I don't know. If you're still watching this, I'm really grateful that you stayed along to see this video, because yeah, it's a full year, and I definitely wanted to sit down and talk about it. Maybe I shouldn't put all of this on YouTube while I'm bending like that, but you know, I was just like, whatever. I want to just be open and vulnerable with you guys if you're going to watch this. And then also I want to let you guys know, out of this whole year, the number of times that I auditioned, and this number is based off me driving to a specific audition house or you know, a specific location. This isn't counting all the self-tapes. This isn't counting all the, you know, callbacks from the self-tapes. This is just straight auditions where I had to drive somewhere. The number is, for the first year LA, 79 auditions. 79, bruh. That's that's a lot of auditions, and like I'm really grateful, and like I know with including the self-tapes, it's easily over 100, if not double it. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the callbacks that I got for the month or the year, the first year Los Angeles, 15 callbacks. So you gotta remember, this is about putting yourself out there, You may not get as many callbacks, you may not get any callbacks at all, but the fact is, you know, you're putting yourself out there. And the more you put yourself out there, the more likely people are gonna meet you, the more likely people are gonna see you, gonna see what you're working, what you're about, and it only takes one. It only takes one person to believe in you and believe in your dream, and sometimes that person has to be you, you know, until the person financially can actually fund everything. You know what I'm saying? Alright, well guys, that is it. That is all. I'm gonna show up. So thankful that you guys tuned in to watch me just kind of open up with you guys about my 1 year experience in Los Angeles. It's been great, and I'm excited for what this next year is going to bring. So a couple closing things. Make sure you guys tune in. There's a new segment that I'm starting next week. It's called Actor Talks, where I basically interview and talk with other actors in LA who are going through, you know, maybe similar struggles or, you know, sharing their experience. So if that's something that you'd be interested in and you want me to interview you, message me. Comment below, or message me on Instagram at, you know, _Ayana Taylor _. And then, yeah, that's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait for you guys to check out. I already did a couple interviews, and these people are amazing. I love them. They're just so sweet and so kind and so passionate. So you're really gonna like it. And then make sure that you like and subscribe, okay? Please do that, because that way you see more stuff and have that little notification bell turned on. That way you see. I mean, my videos aren't gonna be this long, I promise you. They're not gonna be this long ever. But I wanted to do this. I wanted to put this out there and just kind of get started with my YouTube channel again. And then also connect with me on Instagram, you know, like, let's stay connected. If you have a question, if you want advice, if you want to give me advice, because, you know, I'm still learning too, you know, message me. You know, if you want to work with me, you want to work on a project or something together, message me. Reach out to me. Connect with me. Let's stay connected on Instagram, Facebook. You know, I'm on IMDb. You know, find me. Let's stay working. Let's stay moving. So, all right, guys, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you guys again for coming. Thank you guys again for tuning into my channel. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.